name is Gina Warren. I am a student at UWA, and I am going over my signature project, Does Teacher Time Make a Difference? And we want to discuss that tonight. Now, what I'm going to do is go through my rationale, which is right here. And our student population, if you take a look at this, our student population continues to become more and more diverse as time proceeds. I work within a non-traditional setting that provides opportunities for students whose parents choose not to school the students within a traditional setting, but instead they school virtually from home with learning coaches and certified teachers at our school. As a school of a virtual nature, a major concern has been teacher contact with our students. Should we require all students to attend all live sessions offered, and does making those classes more individualized and smaller for more direct student-teacher interaction influence student performance? In my research, I read about Barber. He is one of the authors that I studied, and he mentioned, sorry, I'm trying to change my screen, that online learning, virtual instruction levels the playing field for students when they have online learning, because there are students in rural areas and it enables them to receive higher quality instruction. He also mentions that quality instruction by a qualified teacher must accompany online courses, no matter how rigorous they are or how high of a tier curriculum they are. The teacher instruction, he believes, must accompany that if they're to be successful. Now, in my study, I'm going to go over my breakdown really quickly. And student diversity, we have 58% African American, 40% Caucasian, 2% are other ethnicities. So socioeconomic breakdown, 74% of our children would qualify for free or reduced meals, and 26% would not. Now, in our situation, we don't provide meals. We provide loaner laptops and printers, in case you wonder, for those free and reduced qualifying students. Our school population totals 1,920 students. And in my study, I'm studying 3rd through 5th grade. So in 2018-19, we had 400 students in those grade levels. And in 17-18, we had 398. So that number, as you can see, is pretty close to each other. Now, in addition to that, our budget, there are no budgetary needs for my plan. That's the great thing about my signature project. Collaborative resources include our entire school staff, and that includes our registrars and attendance officers and all of our support staff that monitor school attendance, because part of this is requiring students to attend all live classes with their teachers, and whether or not that positively affects them. So we need all hands on deck to ensure that they are participating. The evaluation of the plan includes the data collected based on state math standards at each grade level in grades 3 through 5 from the previous year. In order for implementation, here are my implementation plans. We're going to provide professional development focusing on standard alignments to lesson plans, checkpoints, and interims. Teachers are going to be provided with current data and the goals that we're striving for, including student personalized videos emphasizing the academic growth that they have experienced, and the fact that those numbers in that data that we're digging into are not just numbers, they're real people. We're going to utilize instructional techniques from Teach Like a Champion, including engineering efficiency and strong start strategies. Teachers are going to be provided with additional opportunities for instructional support, as well as drop-in observations will be happening by leadership and instructional teams. Pretest interims will also be administering. Following 3 weeks of instructional rounds with at least 2 different individuals visiting all classrooms, a peer mentoring plan will also be created to further support instructional efforts. Open office hours with instructional coaches will also be available. Interim post-test will be assessed at 9 weeks, and then the spring assessments will be included as well. Here's a more basic timeline of it. Introduction during those first 2 weeks, introduction of the plan, and development of those interim informative assessments. We would administer that interim pretest at week 1. Week 2 to 5 would be those instructional rounds with drop-in and additional mentor support, beginning at week 5 to 8 with continued instructional rounds by administration and continued drop-in office hours and data reporting. We would also administer interim post-test and data submission in week 9 and evaluate our performance in week 10 as well as at the end of the year. Assessment tools will be interim quarterly assessments, weekly checkpoint assessments, state mandated test scores at the end of the year. We're comparing, like I mentioned earlier, 17, 18, and 18, 19 data with that 3rd through 5th grade student population. Our teachers remain consistent across grade bands. There was not a change in instructional staff, and the curriculum was the same as well. All of our teachers are highly qualified in the state of Louisiana. This is our data. As you can see, we did see growth. Interim assessment data for 2017 versus 2018. You can compare the data. We did see growth throughout the time spent. We were very pleased with this. This is interim assessment. Checkpoint data had a consistent trend as well. And what the checkpoints were those weekly regular assessments that we did. We did interim, we did weekly checkpoints, and we did our end of the year data. Here is our 3rd grade data. And then our interim, our iLeap, going back to this. This is our 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. As you can compare the data, we did see growth across the grade level. And as you can see, 3rd had a tremendous amount of growth there. We were very pleased with that. Going into the only stagnation was our 5th grade, and we determined that that was due to state testing in the spring in quarter 4. Because we do have an influence there when our teachers are out of the classroom and there's not as much instruction going on as we would like. I was able to pull this data and add it to, and as you can see, we made some movement. We made some big movement between 17, 18, and 18, 19. The biggest change that you can see is from our basic population to our mastery population. We have a huge shift there. We were very pleased with that. And then if you look at our advanced population, it grew as well. Our basic population moved. What we see is we moved, honestly, we moved some masteries to advanced, we moved some basics to mastery, and we moved coaching basics to basics. Not as many as we would have liked to, but we made a big move with those basic students, which is huge. The trend continued, as you can see, in 4th grade. We had similar data. And again, that basic group seemed to be making the most movement, and we were very pleased with that, as was the case in 5th grade as well. Here's 5th grade. Sorry, I skipped over it. But as you can see, again, that basic group made the largest gain, and we were very happy with that. We moved that needle. We were pleased with it. We did not move our advanced very much, but we moved our mastery and basic quite a bit. These are my references, and they are included on my presentation paper. When I uploaded them to the PowerPoint, they did not come over correctly, so I apologize that they look like a hot mess, but that is part of the transfer, copy, and paste into PowerPoint. I want to thank you for taking a minute and viewing my presentation. If you have any questions about it, please go back and review my paper. That may give you more specific information. But it was a great project. It was a timely project. I enjoyed the study and digging into the data, and it made us really stop and think, and we're really proud of our results.